Today you're going to talk about why a plastic bag is not the perfect shell layer.
So the shell layer is basically your protection from the elements. You wear it as a reinforcement when you need it. Otherwise you can rest it in your backpack.
True, because a good shell layer is, of course, it's a type of investment, both for security but also in terms of money. So it makes it last a little bit longer if you take care of it and if you use it only when needed. You have to think of the moisture from the body as a factor that has to be regulated with the shell layer, and that's why a plastic bag is not enough as shell layer. You have to use a material that is a little bit more sophisticated than just plastic.
Yeah, the plastic bag can be used for like your cell phone or the sleeping bag or something that doesn't breathe.
True.
The higher the air permeability, the less the protection from especially rain and wind.
Yes, that's true. So there is it's a fine balance.
Yeah.
And also you can actually choose what type of jacket you want to wear for different occasions. Yeah.
So we have different constructions as well.
Yes.
So I'm thinking on the upper body, you could have, we're talking about the traditional jacket. It could be a hooded jacket,
yes,
which gives you a little bit more protection. And then you have maybe an anorak, which has like a shorter zip. And a longer
poncho
coat or a poncho. And then on your legs, we talk about, traditionally trousers, of course, or bib trousers if you want them to be a little bit higher. But also shorts or skirt.
Yes.
Works as a shell layer on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think sometimes when you talk about shell layers, you're just thinking automatically about what people would refer to as a rain jacket.
Yeah.
But shell can be so much more than that. It could be, this is more of a shell for wind.
Yeah.
This is a windshield. More or
protection
less.
from wind, but
Yeah.
also protection from sun.
Yeah.
When would you want to use this one?
If I am maybe trekking in the mountains with quite high intensity, if it's windy, if I'm even running.
Yeah, and the packability makes it perfect for travel and for, a lot of different activities.
Yeah, and if you're trekking for many days, you don't want to have a wind shield that is too heavy and too bulky. Next in line.
Yeah, the High Coast Shade Jacket. This is made from G1000 Air Stretch. So it's G1000, that is our material with polyester cotton blend. So it's super durable, good protection from a lot of wind and a lot of sun. It's not waxed as the G1000 original, so it definitely also has its limitations when it comes to water. Really useful in a windy environment where you're still, or a very warm climate, where you want the protection from sun also, and sand or dust, etc.
Yeah, and also the hood is also very good in combination with this thin material. Good choice.
Good protection in warmer climates.
In warmer climates, yes.
That's G1000 Air Stretch, and G1000 comes in a multitude of different variants.
Yeah.
And you're wearing one G1000 jacket.
Yes.
And I'm wearing another one. You are wearing the Kaipak jacket.
Yes.
And I'm wearing the Skogsö jacket.
And these both you can use the Greenland wax on.
Yeah.
To get them a little bit more water repellent.
Yeah, the Greenland wax is fantastic way to adapt your shell layer to your preference.
Yeah.
If you add wax to like your shoulders, the hood, and the sleeves, the bottom of the legs, you can add water repellency a lot. And it also adds a little bit of wind resistancy, but it also traps the air that wants to come out from your body. So it impairs the air permeability a little bit.
It's a good shell jacket for winter for sure.
Yeah, because if it's only snowing, no problem.
Yeah, no problem. But it has to be below zero. Yeah.
Yeah.
If the temperature is a little bit above zero and it's starting to get some rain in the air, then I would definitely go for a EcoShell material instead of this one with the cotton blend. Perfect for any weather condition where you have to protect from water coming from the outside.
Yeah, so I mean, this is what most people would refer to as a shell jacket. And it's a waterproof membrane laminate, so it's a 3-piece construction actually that is laminated together into one material that you see. And the polyester membrane has the capacity to transport out your moisture from your body while being waterproof from rain coming from the outside.
It works only because the temperature on the inside is actually higher than the temperature outside. That's what's going to make the moisture travel from the body and out through the material. Because the material doesn't really know on what side it's raining and on what side it's a lot of moisture coming from the body.
So don't use it in a sauna.
Exactly,
that's what you're saying.
Exactly. This is not for sauna. So I personally like the EcoShell because it's soft and it's quiet when you're using it, but there are also many other advantages.
Yeah, so all our products is free from PFCs. Also the material is made from partly recycled polyester, and the fact that the entire jacket is made out of polyester makes it recyclable for the future. And then the entire jacket and the whole process to produce it is climate compensated, so it is a good choice.
So what else do we have?
I have, for instance, a poncho here.
Oh yeah, it's easy to forget that is also a very useful type of shell layer.
Yeah, maybe not with the backpack on, but you can have the backpack, a smaller backpack under, of course. That works.
Yeah.
But I mean, here you don't have to be that worried about air permeability in the material, as it is very open and can handle a little bit of moisture anyway. But if you're caught standing still, like in the rain on a concert, or if you're out wherever, it's like, okay, you're quite protected.
Yeah. So I also brought one of my favorite pieces, which is the Lucca.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. This is not either a piece that I would use if I'm trekking because you can't wear a backpack, but whenever I go ski touring and I have a what do you call it?
Pulka. Or a sled,
behind, then I always bring this one because it's so practical. Whenever I take a break, you just put this one on. You mentioned before you can have like down trousers or a skirt for reinforcement on the lower body. So this is also a very useful piece, I would say. So once again, I think it's all about what type of activities you're doing.
Yeah, and this is G1000
yes.
Eco Original.
Yes.
So it's possible to wax.
Yes.
But I mean, for Arctic cold climate, dry weather, it's a perfect piece, I'd say. I also think this is a perfect piece to illustrate that it is a reinforcement, because you don't want to wear it when you don't need it.
That's true. So true.
That one is much nicer.
Yeah.
All right. A lot about shell layers.
Yes, there are many types of shell layers, but we do hope that you got some tips and tricks, and maybe you learned something new. And Kalle,
yeah,
what
I
else?
mean, no shell layer is better than the person inside of it.
That's true. And you still have to adjust to the circumstances.
Yeah. So subscribe to our channel, follow us, and post your comments in the fields below, and we hope to see you out on the trail soon.